Ascending the steps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, masses of people swarming in and out, we walk through the gates in hopes to find the perfect work of art in this monumental building without getting too lost. Fortunately for us, the Hellenistic and Roman galleries were located on the first floor.
As we stepped into the Hellenistic and Roman gallery, we were immediately drawn to the one sculpture that was not made out of marble, the one that was a dark bronze amidst a sea of white, basking in sunlight towards the center of the room. It wasn't the biggest or the oldest, standing at a little more than a proud 4 feet. A woman, who turned out to be Artemis, the goddess of hunting, stood looking off into the distance, in a face of manifestation. Her cut-off chiton billowing in the wind, hugging her figure, with a stag by her feet, she was pointing to something beyond. Perhaps it was to us in the future, perhaps towards a tree, but it immediately caught our attention. As it turned out, she had just released an arrow from her bow, but time had separated the bow that was once with her. It is theorized that the original sculpture may have included a dog jumping on the right-hand side of Artemis. It is so thought because other statues usually have these symbols, at least bow and arrows. These pieces may have been lost due to the method with which this figure was sculpted, which was the welding together of different parts.
Artemis's stag in classical mythology was one that was well known, for it had golden antlers and incredible beauty. In Greek mythology, it was known as the Ceryneian hind, for it lived in Cyrenia, Greece, and was sacred to her. What stood out in particular was its unbelievable speed, faster than an arrow that has just been fired from its bow. Known to the Romans as Diana, she is the daughter of Zeus and the twin sister of Apollo. She was the patron goddess for a number of things other than hunting and wild animals, such as childbirth and females. Signs associated with Artemis other than the bow and arrow and hunting dog include the stag, which is present in this sculpture, as well as the moon.
The sculpture of Artemis and the stag have the goddess stepping forward with her weight on her right foot, instead of striding as she does in most other statues. This may refer back to the connotation that the right side held, especially in ancient cultures, aspects such as goodness, power, luck, and light. Because Artemis is the goddess of hunting, this may be accurately symbolizing her power.
The most important sanctuary in honor of her would have been located in Aricia, which is about 11 miles from Rome, next to Lake Lemmi, known as Speculum Dianae. The mirror of Diana, the aura the statue gives off itself, is one of awe, which the ancient people believed themselves would have felt for this graceful goddess. The sculpture has not failed to just draw my partner and I in, but rather an innumerable amount of people. In fact, in 2007, it had broken the record for the most expensive statue, auctioned at the grand price of $28.6 million.
We were impressed with the high quality of the 2,000-year-old antiquity. It most likely would have stood in a large ancient Roman villa in a peristyle garden. Found at a Roman construction site in 1920 near the Church of St. John the Lateran, it lies at the very height of bronze casting, for the quality is phenomenal, especially considering its time. This sculpture has inspired artists globally throughout time with its refined techniques and beautiful bronze work. Overall, this unique work of art has survived through everlasting time and will continue to attract the eyes of the world.